break or throw it away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I won't bend, break or throw it away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know.
Hello YouTube and welcome to Martinsville, Virginia, site to race number 11 of the NRSL Hooters.
Wow, that's a fail.
You know it's bound to happen when we had to take a second take at this. NRSL Reebok Truck Series. Joining me in the booth is Stephen Potter, as you can tell already.
Hey, you know, it's a cold night, so I'm ready to do this.
Starting on the front row today is James Qualls alongside pole sitter William Brock. Alex Perkle and Johnny Gardner make up row 2 with Amanda Shelley and Kev Shearer row 3. Hold on.
Bless you.
We're off to a great start. Tom Shelley and points leader Elijah Gilbert row 4. RJ Reynolds and Tim Randolph make up row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Stephen.
I'm expecting a semi-clean race and a wreck fest. They hit lap traffic. It's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, I already forgot who won the pole. I think it's the 3 won the pole.
18.
Right? The 18 it was.
As here's the 3 right there.
We're off to a really roaring start tonight. I'm going to pick Kev, even though he's on the outside, to win his own race, and this is the race we've been waiting all season.
Well, actually, Zach Flickinger, the one who gave this race the sponsorship. This is the Triggered Kev Shearer weekend, and this particular race is the Triggered Kev Shearer 250. Elijah Gilbert is the points leader by 48 points over John Irvin, 75 back to Kev Shearer himself in third. Preston Plord is 98 back in fourth. Sky Commons is fifth in points, 104 back.
Start your engines.
Command has been given. Seth Cole, Joshua Hyatt, Tom Shelley, Cole Deaver, Dylan Young, the rest of the top 10. Onboards today, should we need them, Elijah Gilbert will be carrying the Napa onboard, John Irvin, the Menards onboard, Kev Shearer, the Toyota onboard, Preston Plord, the Chevy onboard, Sky Commons, the Dodge onboard, Joshua Hyatt, the Good Sam onboard, Dylan Young, the Ford onboard, and Alex Perkle will be carrying the Red Bull onboard camera, should we need them. I'm saying should, we most likely will.
We couldn't get it on board for Triggered.
Either way, field coming through the final corner. We'll have a silent lap 21 in honor of Glenn Wood, since it's the first race being recorded and uploaded since his passing. And the Triggered Kev Shearer 250 is green.
18 gets a good start.
Yep, Qualls trying to hang in tough, but I think his better shot here would be to just kind of fall in line, or I guess he's thinking he can get some momentum up on that outside line. And around goes Tom Shelley.
Man, we didn't even make a lap.
No. Max Anderson around, Jessica Shelton, Cole Deaver, and the front stretch is a mess.
And Binky is destroyed.
Yeah, Binky was involved, and now here's going to be the interesting part. Oh.
Well, nice job, Binky. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Okay, Perkle on 2 wheels. I believe that was one of the Dodge trucks. I didn't quite catch a glimpse of which one.
At this rate, the Martinsville week to be delayed a week.
That was Chris Louvier, I think, in the 40. Yeah, that was Sabrina Rogers. I don't know. It was one of them. Actually, I think it was Sabrina. Either way, both Mopar cars now pretty well destroyed. And we're off to a great start as Kyle Matthews now pits as well. And that part's still not entirely fixed, but hopefully not as bad as the last one. Let's take a look back at what happened. And we're back. RJ Reynolds was the one who was the guilty party spinning the 97 around on the front straightaway. And unfortunately, when you have someone get spun from the first 4 rows, there's going to be a lot of chaos. There's Chris Louvier. Shelton gets involved there. Kyle Matthews kind of gets pushed by his own old ride. Faith Rollins, Fitzwater. Card Pollard barely gets by. Flickinger, Hyatt, Osborne, Ozcon, Binky, Sabrina Rogers, Sam Young. They're all on the inside.
The Arca breaks are real.
There's the dirt that we found, at least. It's next to the wall.
Well, I'm going to say that way. Our record might have been a little intentional to help Kev out there because Kev was going to lose a arguably didn't turn Tom.
Looking back here with Max Anderson, it's probably going to be about where there's Shelton, there's Delon Abrahamian getting a piece of it. Anderson gets into the 84, and Seth Cole also gets a piece of it, turning the 92 around. All honesty, with how many people are involved, I don't know if damage necessarily going to mean a whole lot here. Sky Commons kind of gets a piece of it as well there.
Just a big old mess.
Basically. And let's see if there was anything special here about why Sabrina Rogers and Binky Olivier got stuck on the apron. Well, okay, so Binky hit the one free, basically, and then the one just got stuck twice.
Well, I think the ones there are one in the 69 are 42nd and 40th the points. It just can't get any worse than that.
Yeah, not really. Either way, I don't know if there's any onboards to really take there. Do you?
No, it was just a big old mess.
All right, so with that, let's go back to the restart.
Yep.
And we are back. William Brock, Alex Perkle, James Qualls, Amanda Shelley, Johnny Gardner, Kev Shearer, Elijah Gilbert, Tim Randolph, Vince Amarego, and Dylan Young are the top 10. You can kind of see what some of the issues are going to be under the yellows here today. There are lap trucks who are trying to get up here to the inside line here. Seth Cole and Binky Olivier are the only retirees from the yellow, and we're back to racing here on lap 8.
And what lap we get the next time is section to timestamp this.
As there's Joshua Hyatt already. He is at least not entirely off the pace, but granted that's because a lot of his track's corners. Oh boy! Oh!
Oh, they almost had another wreck there.
Yeah, and that's actually a battle for position, I think, between those two. Maybe not. The one's actually 2 laps down.
I mean, I kind of figured they were.
Vince Amarego now passing the 16. Samet Ozcon on pit lane. We don't know what that is for. Might be for either stop and go for a penalty or maybe because of damage. Who knows?
Or
what?
Passing under the yellow.
Well, that's what I was meaning, like restart violation, something like that. Jessica Shelton getting by James Shelley, though, for 11th position on the racetrack. And we're actually making some green flag laps, so
it seems
like
something. Turn 3 is the trouble spot. If you get wide, it's a big time. There's a lap truck ahead.
Yeah, that I believe. Yep, it is the 30 of Samet Ozcon, who was on pit lane there just a couple laps after the restart there. Or like a lap after the restart. Looks like Tim Randolph starting to close in on the 00 of Kev Shearer here. This would be a battle for 6th.
Yeah, now we're having some laps. We can talk about things. Kev's up. Kev, I think, is in a good position because I think Gilbert's in the back of the field.
It's a good question. Gilbert did not have a good start. Well, no, he's in 10th.
I'm blind.
Especially because that would have actually been on the front page of our leaderboard there, right?
Yeah, I need to get some more new tighter glasses.
Apparently. Johnny Gardner currently in 4th, trying to fend off from Amanda Shelley. As Qualls gets the wall there off turn 4.
No, it's only what I mentioned before. Now, if they stay green last time I jinxed it. Lap traffic is going to be a big factor on it if William Brock can hold off the 83.
Yeah, that's going to be a matter of whether or not they can even catch the lap traffic. Qualls
I
still
think they
having
will.
still on that outside line, able to get back in line. Kev Shearer got the wall off turn 4. Lost a spot to Randolph now, having to fend off from Vince Almarego. And Shelley nearly got the wall there. Not sure exactly what to talk about, in all honesty. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, well, we can talk about it. It's Charles. It's like 100 degrees and it's -5 here.
No, not quite 100 degrees. It's like 60s. I don't know. Just trying to look
looks like
around for
60.
something. I don't know. Let's see.
So, how about that Rams and Patriots Super Bowl?
Shush. We're not going into that. Brock continuing to lead over Alex Perkle, though. Currently 0.8 of a second lead right now. Brock trying to get a Reebok Truck Series win to add to his Hooters Series win earlier this year.
Well, you know, also we talk about Glenwood. We are celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day today.
That would have already been passed by this point. This race is going out on Friday. That's tomorrow.
Well, you know what? We'll celebrate 4 days later.
Either way, coming off turn number 4, we'll take that silent lap 21 here.
Well, Chinese New Year's is coming up too.
Johnny Gardner currently third place right now, trying to battle with James Qualls. Qualls trying to get that spot back from him. For Qualls, comes into this race 11th in the points, so trying to get into the top 10 a little bit here would be something they're trying to do.
If you notice that ahead of the 18 on the silent lap, there's a lot of lap traffic ahead of him.
Right now, Fitzwater would be the next truck that they would catch, as Ozcon is actually past the 97 and the 59. Let's see where John Irvin is. He is second in points coming in. He's currently in 26th with some damage on the right side of his truck. RJ Reynolds has fallen back a little bit. He started towards the back half of the top 10 and is now fallen to 25th.
Where is our points leader? Oh, he's running 10th. Never mind.
Still running 10th as Vince Almarego has blown up.
That's a bad spot to blow up.
And that's going to have to bring out a yellow.
Ah, damn it. Well, I think they're going to need some city financial for that engine.
So the caution flag flies, and Zachary Fitzwater did lose a lap to William Brock and all of that.
Well, at least we have something to talk now.
What, the Blue Oval Racing's poor motors?
Yeah, it wasn't in the budget to bring a good engine to Martinsville.
I don't know why you would.
Well, clearly not to blow up like he did.
Either way, no need to show what happened to bring out the yellow. Let's go back to the restart. And we're back. The ignition is what caused the problems on the 66 car. They are done for the day, obviously. William Brock is the race leader. Alex Perkle, Johnny Gardner, James Qualls, Amanda Shelley, Tim Randolph, Kev Shearer, Dylan Young, Elijah Gilbert, and Preston Plord, top 10.
As we're coming down the green, let's see if he got a little bit of rear end damage, a little bit. So a quick down to the inside by somebody.
as I don't know quite who it was. Perkle, though, got the wall off turn number 2, and here comes Gardner.
You got the wall on both sides. And we survived the first lap, at least.
Yep. At least so we can tell. So far is what we can tell. Now Gardner having to try and put some distance between him and the rest of the field and get past these lap trucks. 3 wide there, Qualls and Kev.
Yeah, the last time Kev was 3 wide, we had a wreck, so good thing they straightened it out right there.
Kev actually gaining a spot there on the outside. Well, gave it right back.
And guess he is triggered.
Had to figure out some way of getting that in there, huh?
Yes, I did.
Now battling with James Shelley as Joshua Osborne on pit lane in the 0.
Poor Osborne.
And right now, Gardner not being able to put a whole lot of ground in cutting into the lead, basically, is what I'm trying to say there. Squalls now is trying to get around some of the lap trucks as well, trying to catch back up to the 83 of Perkle. And Tim Randolph trying to close in on the 20. As Sabrina Rogers gets the wall, that'll allow James Shelley to get by pretty easily now.
Yep, as now coming down here, we got only 15 laps to go, so it's going to get pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely will. Let's see if it means we'll have some interesting racing. As this is a mess back here.
Now, oh god.
Oh, Chris Wilson, the 5 truck went around. Now the yellow flies. That was a late call for it. Don't get stuck there, Chris.
Poor Chris Wilson. Oh, he's smart.
Trying to figure out what... I don't know if that would have been the exact cause of the yellow. That clearly still needs to be worked on, as Gilbert's been run into a few times. And Fitzwater.
Did he get the blue oval engine?
So Zachary Fitzwater day goes from bad to worse, and that's going to be it for his day, which means one less lap truck to worry about. Let's take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow. And here's what happened to Chris Wilson to bring out the yellow for the 3rd time today. Fitzwater's going to get the wall off turn number 4. A little bit of contact there. And right down into Jack James, ironically enough. Some good buddies there.
Well, it looks like the 5 tried to get back the 59, I mean, and it failed epically.
Maybe. Either way, caution flag flies there for the Quaker State Chevy, and we'll have to go back to the restart now.
6 laps to go.
And we are back 8 laps to go when we get the green flag here. Green flag is back out.
Lap truck. And only 1 lap truck in the way of Johnny to pursuing William Brock, who's led every single lap. So it looks like, and there's a lap truck between Johnny and I believe the 83, so Johnny looks like it might walk up 2nd.
Yeah, there is a lap truck there. That is Joshua Hyatt, and yellow flag is out.
We're gonna have a 1-lap shootout. Man, something big happened, man.
Happened early enough to where some cars had already taken the yellow?
Oh, what?
I'm not quite sure what happened. So... Oh no! Don't throw away a win!
He owes Martin.
Oh, William Brock hitting a little bit
He was
dangerous.
Donuts. Oh no.
Well, here's the problem. They haven't actually had everyone pass the pace truck there that needed to. So, With that, let's go ahead and take a look back at what happened to bring out the yellow again. And we're back. Sky Commons was going to try and pass Alexander Rowe, but knew he couldn't pass to the left. The problem was he ran out of room to the right. And Preston Floyd comes along.
He definitely was not doing the cha-cha slide right.
And then stack up behind them, trying to get back to line because these are for spots here.
Yep.
And surprisingly, some people actually did get spots out of that. Osborne and Reynolds, it looks like. Well, Osborne's a lot down, but still.
Yeah.
Either way, that simple wreck, and let's go back to the restart.
Go.
And we are back. One lap will stand between William Brock and a victory here. And not going to be that much of a contest in all honesty because he's got a lap truck cushion here of Trevor Germain between him and Johnny Gardner. Alex Perkle is third, Tim Randolph, James Qualls, James Shelley, Dylan Young, Kev Shearer, Jack James, and Amanda Shelley are the top 10.
Here we go down to one lap.
Green and the white flags fly, and we're underway once again.
There's no contest. But the 18 gets a good run off the corner.
Yep, cautions won't matter at this point. No caution even comes out anyway. And William Brock will take home the triggered Kev Shearer 250, his first Reebok Truck Series win.
Good job for him. Let's see. I think Gilbert did the 16 didn't get a top 10 finish unless I'm blind again.
And we had people pitting. I'm willing to bet that was due to penalties. William
Gilbert
Brock
got 14th.
Yeah. So William Brock, Johnny Gardner, Alex Perkle, Tim Randolph, James Shelley, James Qualls, Dylan Young, Jack James, Kev Shearer, and Chris Wilson, the top 10 here today. Shelton ends up 12th. Gilbert 14th. Irvin was down the field. Where is the... There's the 88. 34th, 2 laps down. Preston was a lap down, 27th.
Rough race.
Yeah, not much to really say there. I'll hand over to you, Stephen, for your final thoughts.
William Brock, it was a much cleaner race than I thought. Kev was triggered during the race, and dominating performance for Brock, and we can. William will definitely take Trevor Germain to the bar after this race for that race victory. He'll get some Miller Lite.
Definitely not going to be on Johnny.
Yeah, I know, not on that time.
Either way, congrats to William Brock on the win. Thanks to Steven for joining me. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more racing and gaming related content. I'm Gordon Fan 291 for Steven Paul III. This has been a production of the NRSL. I'll see you next time.
See you guys.